Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Hello and welcome to the Cells NBL Final 6. It all starts tonight here in New Plymouth. It's a play-in final. One team goes on, one team goes home. Taranaki Airs up against the Nelson Giants. Great to have you with us. Midweek Hoops. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. We are here, we've arrived, it all starts now. The business end case is officially on. Good evening.
Well, it's about time we got to the postseason. The regular season's great, highlights galore, but everything lifts when we get to this point of the season. Two teams that I don't think a lot of people are counting towards the championship equation right now have a lot to prove to themselves and a lot to prove to their opponents, and they're going to do it on the court this evening.
And let's not forget, these two teams met just a few days ago to finish off the regular season, and it was the Airs getting home by 16 points. Throw it out though, it all starts again. New game, new territory, and a lot more up for grabs.
Yeah, of course, the Taranaki Airs were able to defeat the Nelson Giants twice this season, but the lineups are looking a little different now. The last round, of course, I don't think either team really threw all their cards out on that deck. I think they left a couple aces up their sleeve to come out in tonight's game when they really need to figure out how to defeat the enemy or the opponent in tonight's game.
Just saw the Brian Rampton Memorial Trophy there. A little bit of silverware. There's a lot more silverware up for grabs over the next couple of weeks, though. Of course, the winner tonight heads down to Christchurch to take on the Rams on Sunday afternoon in a semi-final. Mixandpick.com, there's the viewer poll. We want to hear from you. Who do you think is going to win tonight? There's some Cells pizzas up for grabs. It's fun and free as always. And at the moment, 80% with the Airs. Case, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm probably leaning towards that 80%. I think 10 or over is always tough in a finals game, so I like that 1-9 margin. But Coach Mike Fitchett has been doing this for a long time. He understands his team, he understands his opponents, and if any coach in this competition can pull a little something tricky, it might be him.
Hello. Here's the Cells NBL ladder, the final ladder. This is the way it finished for season 2024. The Rams and the Tuatara straight through to host a home semi-final. Airs take on the Giants tonight. Saints and the Bulls on Friday night in the capital. We wish all the others well in the off-season. In fact, this is what we do have coming up. As I said, Saints and the Bulls. What a clash that'll be. Only a few weeks ago, same location, same two teams. Bulls got up in overtime.
Yeah, the Wellington Saints will be thinking, we've got a couple more players now, so hopefully Hiram Harris helps change that thing. I believe that was also Isaiah Liapa's first game back from an extended trip overseas, so it's certainly looking to be the Saints will be looking for that to be a little bit different this time around.
Here's the NBS Nelson Giants starters tonight. The great news here, Case, is Kobe Langley is on court.
Well, Kobe Langley coming back into things, so important to the Giants' pace and their defense. He's second in the competition in steals at just over 2.6 a game. And the way he pushes the basketball, freeing up some of his teammates to just run and get down to the other end is going to be so important against the Taranaki Airs team that likes to push the pace themselves.
The other man who's really important is front and center on the screen in that lineup. The captain, of course, he is a mercurial leader, Sam Dempster. Let's go and have a chat with him.
Well, Sam, coming up into the final six, and you've got a very familiar foe that you met just a few days ago where they actually got up on you by a few points. What did you learn from that game that you'd like to take away from the Taranaki Airs tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. We knew that coming in on Sunday. They shot really well on Sunday, so obviously we've made some adjustments around that. But yeah, I mean, they're a great team. They've got a great crowd here that bring great energy, so it's always going to be a tough game up here.
And for the Giants coming into this game, getting Kobe Langley back is going to be a big up for yourselves. What did the Giants have to do in this one to get the win, outside of making the three-point shots go in?
Yeah, I think rebounding's a big one for us. Like, they've got some absolute dogs on the board, so we got to do a better job, obviously, without Theo. So, yeah, we just got to step up, be better there, and then defensively just got to work hard. They like to get out and run, and so we got to find a way to slow them down.
Well, Case, this is how the Airs start tonight. Really looking forward to see Cameron Brothers Inc. and, of course, Carlin Davison, the mercurial one. Speaking of one of the highlight machines of the Cells NBL, he is it.
And he's taking a little bit more of a load on his shoulders with the departure of Sam Froling. There's a bit more space for him to maneuver in the interior, and certainly more of a need for him to get on the glass. He's upped his rebound, he's upped his scoring, and he is certainly key to Taranaki's Air's fortunes tonight, as well as throughout the postseason.
No doubt about that. So too is Flynn Cameron. If he gets off the leash, look out. Here he is.
Well, Flynn, coming into the final six against a team that you played just a few days ago, got a big win, but it's different in the finals. Looking at the Nelson Giants, what is it important to take away from them or make them less successful at to get the win tonight?
First of all, their transition points. Dan Footy played well last game, had 26 points. A lot of that was in transition, getting M1s. And then also, we did a good job early, taking away Sam Dempster threes, but obviously late game he started hitting, so we need to come out good. And then obviously guarding Gritter in their import as well. So they're effective.
And looking at yourselves, Taranaki still learning how to play without Sam Froling, a much faster team without it. What's the key for the Airs in this new look on trying to be successful on the court and move further in the final six?
I'd say exactly that, playing faster, playing with pace. We got a lot of bodies to get through a game, so I feel like we can compete with everyone as long as we're running the ball.
All important Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape. And one question for you, Casey, is does it play on the minds of the Giants that they've gone down to the Airs twice already this season?
Well, if anything, might make things a little easier. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row, especially when there's a little bit of even talent. You take a look at the last time out, 16 points just 4 days ago, but wipe that one out. They both have a little bit more in their sleeve today. Carlin Davis and Dan Grita, those are the offensive engines for both these teams. They're going to have the ball in their hands a lot. They need to penetrate. They need to get to the line. They need to score in bunches. That three-point percentage has been a thorn in the side of the Giants all season long. Bottom of the competition. The Airs a little bit better, but they get streaky. But they might not have as much room to maneuver out without Sam Froling on the interior. Looking at the team assists, and that's a key area for the Giants. When the Airs really start passing that ball around and don't have to play one-on-one, they're a much better team. The Giants have to force the Airs into one-on-one basketball, and conversely, the Giants have to find a way to create more opportunity with the pass. They rely a little bit too much on their individual brilliance in the half court.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Really interested to see how the TAB is playing this one tonight. Let's head over right now to Mark Stafford. Good evening.
Cheers, Justin. Well, these two teams, as we know, just played on Sunday. It was a hefty win to the Taranaki Airs, taking on the Nelson Giants, who are going to be Giants tonight. You can see a big price around them for head-to-head. So let's dig a little deeper. Now, Carlin Davison, he was the MVP just a few days ago. He combined points, assists, and rebounds. He got 38 of them. If he can get 35 combined tonight, $2.20. Not enough? Let's find some value for you. An unfortunate name for a basketballer, Elijah Mini. If he can get 10 or more rebounds, it's $6. Sounds a lot, but he got 11 in the weekend. $6 might do you. Download the TAB app. Bet responsibly, folks. Looking forward to a big, big game.
Cheers, Steph. Appreciate it, mate. Hey, a couple of interesting lines there. I like what they're doing tonight, the TAB, with Carlin and Minnie. A couple of things to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Is Minnie going to be able to get those 10 rebounds? He got it last time against this Giants squad. So you think there's a good chance, but only once this season has he crossed that double-digit rebound area. So the question is, can he do it again? But certainly, it looks like a little bit of fun to get a punt on.
Coin officials for this one, Callum Welsh, Ryan Jones, and Reese Hamilton. Cells NBL Final 6 about to start for season 2024. The winner down to Christchurch on Sunday to take on the Rams. The loser is done and dusted for the year. Airs in black, Giants in white. We are just about set to go. Strap yourselves in. Hope you're well right around the world. Sky Sport in Aotearoa in New Zealand. ESPN throughout the United States, TikTok right around the world, and hello to our viewers on FIBA YouTube. We are underway, and it'll be the Giants with the opening possession.
Really want to see where the Giants decide to go for their offense early. Fotu's so explosive early in games, and that's right where they go to start things off. And a big foul on Quentin Bailey to tip off proceedings this evening. They don't want their lone big man on the squad to get in foul trouble early.
Yeah, really good start for the Giants. Dan Fortu, 23 points back in their first meeting earlier this season, and he had 26 on this floor just days ago. Opening score for the final 6 is in for Dan Fortu at the Chemist Warehouse.
And Dan Fortu, of course, playing a little out of position. He's got to bring on that mantle of the center in the middle. A bit more natural at the power forward. Wants probably to play a little bit more 3, but he's got the strength to dominate down low against the Airs today.
1 in, 1 out. No Sam Froling for the Airs, of course. No Theo Akuba for the Giants. First opportunity for the Airs. Bailey, Mini on the turn, on the attack, sends it out through hands. It ends up with Bailey for 3. McCarron keeps it alive.
Mitch McCarron rebounding, that's going to be key. He's so good at that as a guard.
Davison on the attack, short off the glass, 4-2 rebound.
Carlin Davidson has to be very aggressive against Sam Dempster. He's got so much athleticism against him.
Oh,
nice step.
Just getting through. Dan Fortu.
Well, that's called as a goaltend. Wondering if that went off the glass first because it looked like it was still on the way up. Beautiful
what about
footwork
step
by Dan Fortu there to get through. Wraps that thing up so he's not going to give turnover possession, and finishes it with a soft touch and gets the whistle to get the Giants a 3-0 lead. All points by Dan Fortu.
And they get a steal here. I think breakdancing is about to come to the Olympics. That move had breakdance written all over it. Nice start for the Giants and a chance to extend here. McNaught runs into Davison, pulls it out. Fortu wants it again. He's the target. Double. McNaught. Player. Dempster was alone momentarily. McNaught now 3 seconds on the shot clock. On the spin off the left.
He's gotten so much more aggressive and confident on his offensive shooting lately. Two of his 3 highest scoring games of the season coming in the last 3 games. That's the perfect time of the year to be playing your best basketball.
Just the start the Giants wanted tonight. Tobias Cameron to respond.
Offensive rebounds are already a problem for the Airs against the Giants right now. They're getting a lot of them.
Bailey on the spin. He misses that as well. Cameron keeps it alive. Straight into the feet, though, of Dempster.
Airs should feel good about the shots they're getting, though. They're high quality. They're just missing them right now. They're getting what they want to do. They just have to execute.
Hot start by the visitors. Can they add to it here? McNaught, they clear out and let him go to town. It ends up with Greeder, and he puts it down. 7-zip start Giants.
Well, McNaught was completely locked down in that one, but the hustle of Dan Greeder comes in, gets an extra shot.
No call. Davison finishes.
Good no call there. I think Dan Fortu tried to sell that one in, and Carlin Davidson really had his momentum going the other way, not forcing Fortu down. Fantastic finish on the spin move at the rim.
Here's one, a flop warning. Back cut. Greeder. He's so athletic, isn't he?
Well, this is going to script for the Giants. They're getting the 2 best players involved. They're getting great looks at the rim, and they're not having to work too hard for it, and they're getting it off the pass as well.
He's the man the Giants will want to see fire tonight. Dan Greeder, what a season, 22 points a game. Here's Tobias Cameron on Langley. Nice hand, 4-2, they're on the run. Greeder back inside through the paint, waiting for the cavalry. And it's with Langley.
Interested to see how Kobe Langley's body looks. He's coming off injury. Really important for him to be 100%.
This will be big. What a start for Kobe Langley. What a start for the Giants tonight. Out by 10.
Nelson Giants balling right now. 12-2 off the start. They are shooting fantastically well. You couldn't hope for a better start.
How do the Airs respond? Flynn Cameron now on McNaught. Oh, Dempster comes across and helps out. Foul on the arm.
Help side. The Giants still haven't missed a shot, by the way. They are perfect from the field right now. At 5 for 5, haven't missed anything. The Taranaki Airs at 1 for 5. Great quality offense for both teams, and I think really key for the Giants is that first made 3. Just 5 for 20 in their last game against this squad, where they just were not able to find the bottom of the bucket in any way, shape, or form. But their first game against the Taranaki Airs this season was their highest 3-point game of the season, where they hit 14 of them at 50%. Both of those stats, the 14 makes the 50% more than better than they did against anyone else in the comp.
Well, they go at just 28% on the season, so it's their Achilles heel. And as you said, they'll be very happy to see that first 3-pointer go down. Splitting the pair at the Chemist Warehouse. 12-3 start for the 6th place Giants tonight, up against the 3rd placed Airs. opening play-in final of the series. McNaught, good pass. 2 from 2 for Kobe Langley, no.
Airs need to pick up the pace a little slow in transition right now. They need to punish this Giants team on the move.
Davison, Flynn Cameron now. Davison closely guarded. That shot is well short, and that pace is something that we talked about in the coverage, in the press in the last couple of days. This Airs team is a team, when they run, they are very hard to stop.
And that possession, right now, the Airs aren't really thinking through the possession. Colin Davidson was being guarded by Kobe Langley in the post, and Flynn Cameron chucks up and covered 3. He wants to get that in the post, let Colin Davidson go to work.
Langley, nowhere to go underneath, well covered by Davison, turns it over. Cameron. Now Mitch McCarron just held up.
The spacing isn't great. It's really locked up on that side. Nowhere for him to go on the drive.
Giants locked in defensively right now. Cameron, Davison has not moved from the corner. McCarron for 3. He can't put it down either.
Right now, I think the Airs are just pushing a little bit. They need to take the easy play, make the easy pass.
Langley getting busy. Kobe Langley. Timeout Airs.
Halfway through this quarter, just about, and 14 points on the board for the Giants. They have come out fantastically aggressive, executing to as well as they possibly could. They are now 6 for 7 from the field and doing a nice job on the glass as well, keeping the Taranaki Airs from converting on those offensive rebound opportunities.
There'll be a huge supporter base, of course, down in Nelson watching on tonight. Hope you're well. No doubt they'll be sitting around some cells. Large cheese pizza, $25. That is the special for the final 6. Cells Playoffs is the code. Nice and easy to remember, and there is nothing better. Well, there is. I love the pepperoni, but the large cheese goes all right.
That large cheese isn't bad, and big news for Sal today. Gluten-free pizza bases.
Yes.
There's some very excited people out there. My wife's one of them.
You beauty.
Me less so, but Sal's might be getting more of my business now that my wife can partake.
More? Even more of your business? Is it 8 days in a week?
Might need to talk to somebody about getting a raise.
I think the interest rates are going down at the moment, aren't they?
Little victories.
Small loan.
Little victories.
What a start tonight by the Giants. Red hot. They're out by 11 midway through this opening quarter. They couldn't have hoped, Casey Frank, for a better start in this opening finals game. 6
for 7 from the field, 1 for 2 from the three-point line. They're even on the glass as well, and they've turned it all over once so far. The Taranaki Airs, though, okay, bringing Elijah Minnie into the game now. Let's see if they don't get a little bit more aggressive, start sharing the basketball to a higher degree, because their last game they had the season-high assists against the Giants. No assists so far in this one.
Cameron to Minnie. Minnie's first big touch is good.
I just love that drive by Flynn Cameron. Just drew Dempster away enough to give Minnie space. And Elijah Minnie hasn't probably played to the level a lot of people thought he would coming in, but he's got the type of talent to deliver when they need him most.
Hits the 3 ball at 34%. Minnie just under 14 points a game. What a start for him tonight. That'll get his confidence up, and there he is with the pressure on 4-2. Shot clock at 3 now. What can Dan do? Dan runs into Minnie.
How about Elijah Minnie hits the 3, gets a block in the post on Fotu, and now the Airs with Daron Ruakawa as well are playing with a bit more confidence and speed.
Ruakawa. Davison, inside, outside, Daron for 3, back-to-back Airs.
Look at the difference in the lineup now. That ball is going through hands, it's moving around. The Giants are now chasing things around, while the Airs are the creator of that panic in them on the defensive side.
Losers done for the season. Rams waiting for the winner. Sunday afternoon hoops. Sal's NBL semi-final. Looking forward to that. Nick Davidson into the action. Good work from him.
Excellent cut off the ball. Nice catch. Wasn't an easy pass to finish. Might have been contact as well, but he gets the 2 to slow things down for the Airs.
Settles it, doesn't it? 20, in fact 19-9 it is. 10-point margin. Contact there as well. That's come off Cameron, so the Giants are going to get that back.
Welcome to finals basketball.
Finals basketball.
There's going to be a bit more contact down here in New Plymouth, New Zealand.
I like it.
There we are. It's this is what this time of the year is about. Yeah, there's a little bit of contact here and there, but there's going to be a little bit of extra mustard on the hot dog.
I'll take that back. 16-9. We've just fixed that score up. 19 did look a little bit ambitious. 16-9. McNaught, Davidson, back to Alex McNaught, floats it up, leaves it short, ends up with Dan Greeder, Minnie!
Second block of the game, and ignites another fast break opportunity.
Orakawa runs straight into Dempster, puts him on his backside. McNaught now looking for the trailing 4-2 Davison, I should say, does well. McCarron with the little fake and the make.
Well, the Giants are just being a little too aggressive right now, and Coach Mike Fitchett calls a timeout. They don't need to put that much pressure on themselves in transition. If they don't have a great look, they can go the other way. Taranaki right now defending the rim and defending the paint. That's what they couldn't do the first couple minutes of the game, and that's igniting that transition offense.
The injection of Daron Orakawa and Elijah Mini as well, Case. It's really sparked them up.
Well, completely different lineup after that first start. The basketball is being pushed around a lot more freely. There's more movement in the offensive side, and defensively the rotations are better. Those open cuts for the Giants that were getting to the basket for finishes aren't as easy with Elijah Mini back there and the length that he can provide, even though he's playing out of that small forward position.
Chemist Warehouse stats, some early figures for you. Ayres leading the rebounds 6-5, 3 steals for the Giants so far, 2 for the Ayres. The Ayres are shooting at 40%, 4 of 10. The Giants 7 of 11 at 63%. Both teams have been to the Chemist Warehouse for a couple of shots only.
And what's really interesting to me is that the Ayres in that first portion of play before the timeout, 0 assists. Well, in the last 2.5 minutes, they picked up 3 assists. That sharing of the basketball is going to be so important for them. In their last game against the Giants, they had 27 assists on 37 baskets. And they got to an effective field goal percentage of 63% because of that. They're so much better when they share that ball, let that do the work. The Giants need to force them into one-on-one basketball defensively.
All roads lead to Wellington on Friday night. Make sure you join us on Sky Sport for that one. Play-in final number 2, the Saints up against the Bulls. The winner will head to Auckland the following week to take on the Tuatara in a semi-final. Tobias Cameron, great steal.
Another turnover for the Giants. They're starting to rack up for them there as that's number 3.
Chance to close this margin even further. McCarron running off Greeda, up, nearly in.
A little bit too much English on that one. Needed to get the spin the other way, but he was spinning and spooning in every direction.
Langley, back from injury. Greeda, tough on the drive, draws the foul on Elijah Mini.
Well, really nice drive, and I think another area the Giants need to keep that scoreboard ticking over is the free throw line. If they can continue to drive, put pressure on the defense, and get some trips to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, that slows it down. They can set up their half-court defense, and they don't have to worry quite so much about the transition prowess of the Ayres.
Bit of strapping on the left hand of Flynn Cameron just in front of us, Casey.
A little instructions coming on. This is what you do. You're talking through things. This is what we could. It's all about the little adjustments in the finals basketball. And each and every possession is going to prove pretty important down the stretch.
Greeda converts both from the Chemist Warehouse. 18-11, there's Sam McKinnon. His inaugural season with the Steel Formers Taranaki Ayres. Through to the finals. Their first home final in the history. Oh, Davison.
Wow. That was
Look at
impressive.
That. Quarterback pass. Greeda swings off the iron.
Well, he slips out. He gets the easy 2 after Carlin Davidson couldn't corral that one off the Flynn Cameron miss.
Can you believe that? Home final, first time ever for
It's
the
unbelievable.
Ayres.
It really is unbelievable that after all this time they finally got it. Is that a foul called there on Kobe Langley, or is that straight out of bounds?
Might be on Inwood. Oh, no, it is on Langley. So let's have a look at this. Oh, there's the Greeda finish.
There's Dan Greeda all by himself, and then just up and over Tobias Cameron. I think Langley probably a little unlucky there, but the Ayres will take the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Felt like a bailout, didn't it? 20-11, 1:54 to play in this first quarter. Great to be into the final 6. A little clip on the arm and a finish for Flynn Cameron. Is that against Davidson? It is.
Dan Greeda thought it might have been on him, hence the concern, but nice footwork there by Flynn Cameron. He's playing very aggressively, playing at a really high pace, and it worked into his favor that time on the up fake, able to get that open look afterwards.
A good evening to the Cameron family back over in Australia. They'll be watching on from up north as Flynn converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Margin at 6.
Just outside the goalie. I'm so Piero Cameron's glad to be back. after a long, tall Blacks tour.
Hello to everyone watching on Sky Sport TikTok tonight, right around the world. Lots of viewers. Kobe Langley, oh, how did that miss? That was halfway down.
Well, that's the way the three-point shot has been going for the Giants, but not creating anything with the offense. The Giants need to get that ball through hands a little bit more often.
Biggest lead tonight for the Giants, 11. Shot in, Tobias Cameron.
Well, I was pretty surprised that Davison gave up that layup that he had, but a good choice, changes a 2 for a 3, and now the Airs right back in this ball game.
Haven't led it at any stage in this opening quarter. They're now back to within 3. Greeder pierces the gap, steps back to the left. Davison rebound. Here they go. They're starting to find their run.
And the Airs starting to control the defensive glass.
Rakawa, corner.
Same
Cameron,
spot.
No, can't finish. Look at Mini though.
The offensive rebounding is starting to become an issue for this Giant squad. They're really struggling to keep the Airs off the offensive glass. That's offensive rebound number 3 for their first second chance points of the ball game.
30 seconds to play in this opening quarter. We're back to 1. Margin was as big as 11. The battle. This is what you love about finals basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's the effort you love from Tobias Cameron. He just jumps on that one as Davison just leaves it out a little bit. Sorry, was that Inwood left it out, but just left it out a little bit, a little lackadaisical with the basketball, and Tobias Cameron just jumped all over it, forces the jump ball, regains possession, and gives what will most likely be the last shot of the quarter to the Taranaki Airs.
Elijah Mini, 5 points off the bench tonight, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks in the game already for him as well. Flynn Cameron has 4 points. Kobe Langley with 5 for the Giants. Dan Greeder has 8 as he takes a seat. All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Closing stages of what has been an entertaining opening 10 minutes. Shot clock at 10 now. Flynn Cameron still searching. Mini around Inwood, lost a handle on it, got it back and adds another 2. How good has Elijah Mini been in the opening case?
Well, he's got a lot of physical advantages in that matchup, least of which is height. He gets himself down into the low block and finishes well to give the Airs their first lead of the ball game at the death of the first quarter.
What a comeback. Hope you've enjoyed it. Second quarter not too far away. The Airs lead by 1. And with that case, we get first time tonight, first time in the final 6 to say hello to all of our viewers right around the world on TikTok. Hope you're well.
What's up, TikTok? We've got a lot of people up very late in the States, it looks like. I've seen some questions. Where is this game being played? Well, this is in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Yep.
We're in a town called New Plymouth.
North
and this
Island.
is finals basketball. This is the final 6 of the postseason. Very excited to get to this part of the season. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us on the other side of the world.
I think New Plymouth, the last couple of years, has been number 1 for the most sunshine in New Zealand, believe it or not.
Well, there's a couple of other regions that would like to take that title. Nelson is one of them. Hawke's Bay is another. But New Plymouth being at the top of that list doesn't seem like it today because it's a wee bit rainy.
It is a little bit rainy here today. We can confirm for all of our TikTok audience, by the way, that next Wednesday night's semi-final between the Auckland Tuatara and the winner of the Wellington Saints and Franklin Bulls game, that will also be live for you on TikTok around the world as well next Wednesday.
We got some questions for some shout-outs. William, you got a shout-out, William? What up? I don't know where you're at, but yeah. We've got somebody watching from South Africa.
Oh, hello.
Thanks very much. Ixlifio. That's the Afrikaans I know, so it might be the wrong Africa.
Okay.
But you let me know. Nice to see you all the way in Florida, in the Bay Area. A lot of Americans coming in. Welcome to the Sky Sport TikTok channel.
Yep, we're going to come back to you at halftime. We've got a couple of bigger, longer breaks at halftime. We're going to come back to you, our TikTok audience. Love it. 21-20 at the moment. We're about to come back from a break. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. 21-20 after the opening quarter here in New Plymouth tonight. What a start. Giants raced out to an 11-point lead, Casey, but back came the Airs.
Well, the Airs just settled down a little bit. You could see the nerves. They were playing a little bit too fast, and they weren't getting into their offense. As the quarter went along, you saw that ball move through hands. Their defense picked up, and that defense allowed them to find those transition opportunities, which ignited them in the half court. Dan Fortu had a hot start tonight. So too Kobe Langley.
Giants with the opening possession of this second quarter. Langley backs it out. Shot clock down to 5 now. He's got to get on the attack. Mini had a terrific hand in there. Nearly got it back. Shot clock on 2.
Elijah Minnie's locked in right now. I'll tell you what, he is everywhere he needs to be. That's not an easy matchup against Kobe Langley. Coach Mike Fitchin and Kobe Langley saying that's contact, that's a foul. Looks reasonably clean from where I'm sitting.
7 points for Mini. Couple of blocks. And pressure everywhere. Dempster, there's another block. Make that number 3 for Elijah Mini. Langley does well to get it back.
Pays him back. He stripped me on one end. I'm going to strip you on the other. Mike Fitchin wants more speed. When they're getting stuck in the half court right now, they're not finding a lot of movement once the Airs defense is getting settled.
No points added in this second quarter. 4-2, tries to change that, rattles around in and out. Cameron now. Driving in hard, sends it out to Mini. Oh, how hot is Elijah Mini?
Elijah Mini, where have you been all season? Up to 10 points already. He is having a blinder just when this team needed him most.
Well, he was the one that they needed to get going tonight, and that has happened. 4-2, all wrapped up underneath. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
And if that's on Quentin Bailey, that's going to be his second personal foul, and it looks like it is not. That is on Tobias Cameron instead. As we take another look at the Mini triple, the bench loves it. Mini's like, I could do this all year. Just give me the ball more often.
He's got 10 points in just over 6 minutes. 3 blocks as well. Yeah,
the defense is, I think, probably as valuable as the offense. But those 10 points, they're not sitting in the lead without his activity. Dan Fotu, first bucket since the first 3 points of the game. He scored the first 3, gets himself back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And that's so important, not just to slow that game down, keep the Airs out of transition, but to get those easy points for the Giants as well.
Converts both. 4-2 opening points of this second quarter for the Giants. They're within 2. Barnstorming start for the Nelson Giants tonight. Now the battle's on though. Tough one for Bailey inside, sends it out to Mini, mid-air decision. Langley gets up high, affects the turnover.
Well, that's a nice job by Bailey to keep it in his hands, but the Giants still can't get any transition looks here in the second quarter.
Dan Breeder about to come back into the action. McNaught.
That's not as much of a mismatch as it looks like. Mitch McCarron's such a strong player in the post.
Langley. Now Mini. Should finish, does finish, he's got 12.
That's a great hand by Langley to make it more difficult, but Elijah Mini's so close to the basket by that time, and nobody with length to shoot to deter that shot. Looks like Mini wants a sub. He's already a little bit below, not used to this level of output.
Well, Giants need somebody to go with him right now. 4-2, sends it out to Ingham in the corner. Short on the iron.
Good offense, decent look, but that's been the thorn in the Giants' side all season. Can't hit those threes.
Look at the run now from the Airs, looking to attack at all costs. Tobias Cameron!
Well, it is all Taranaki right now. They have completely changed the momentum of this ball game. See how much better the ball's moving out. Even that triple, the ball goes inside first. Defense adjusts, then it kicks back out. Tobias Cameron's look is that much more open, that much easier to hit, and now they have a 7-point lead in the ball game, have gone on quite a run in the last few minutes. 5th
triple of the game. They were down 14-3. So you do the numbers on that. That's a 26-8 run.
Well, it was 20-11 at one point, so it's been a 15-2 run in the last about 4.5 minutes, which is an impressive turn of play for the Airs.
And now they're out by 7. Hayden Jones into the action. Here he is, the young star for the Giants. 4-2, trapped again. Jones, nowhere to go. Look at the double on Dempster. This defense is active right now. That's a tough shot. Breeder up over the top, off his hand. And this Airs team is locked and loaded.
Well, I love Carlin Davison as a defender. He's so rangy, he can cover so much ground. And you just saw Sam Dempster had absolutely nowhere to go with the ball in his hand there. Did not have any options to get that shot off with limited time on the shot clock.
Just with what I'm seeing, Casey, if the Giants don't settle this thing down right now, they're going to be 20 down shortly.
They go to the zone. I like the changeup. Take away some of that activity from the Airs, try and just get them a little confused.
Oh, Davison, great pass inside, big block by Greeda, finishing it off though.
Mitch McCarron, he gets in there. The strength of Mitch McCarron as a rebounding guard, vital to this Airs lineup without Sam Froling available for the remainder of the season.
And amazingly, Carlin Davison just 2 points in the game so far. So many others have stepped up. That's come off the hand of Davison.
Those were the first 2 points of the ball game for the Airs as well. He has been on a blinder, Carlin Davison. He's been playing fantastic basketball on both ends. But what I like about him is he doesn't have to score the rock to have an effect on the ball game. He can still do it with the defensive end and with his energy because of his athleticism.
McNaught down the alley. Oh, getting up. Davison was just waiting for it. Good finish by Alex McNaught.
Now, Alex McNaught must have begun the geometry because he worked the angle on that one. He got that high off the glass above Carlin Davison to get the kiss for two.
He was just sitting and waiting to pounce, wasn't he? One way, then the other. Greeda another block on the drive of Tobias Cameron. 2
blocks and 2 possessions for Dan Greeda. It's important for them to get some kind of rim protection outside of big. No Thea Kruba for the rest of the season, who had to return home for personal reasons.
Shot clock at 3. Cameron from deep. In and out.
Big rebound for Fotu. He has to control the defensive glass to a high degree. He's the only big lumber they have up front. That's just his 3rd board of the game.
Langley about to come back in for the Giants. McNaught picks up the dribble off one. Made it tougher on himself there. Greeda, corner. Dempster has 4-2 in the corner. Surrounding him, pressure on, right on the buzzer. Greeda with the shot.
Well, just got that off about a millisecond before the shot clock. And look at the Airs in transition again.
I think the Giants are going to have a chat here.
Well, the offense has just gone down a road that you don't want to see it.
McCarron slinging it inside. Ends up with Cameron in the corner. Tough shot.
Oh, Dan Greeda is just putting everything he has into this game right now. Just enough on the defensive end for the G-men.
McNaught. Giants need something positive.
They got to run something. They're not running their offense. He's just out here getting this on ball, which is not really getting them any kind of clearance whatsoever.
4-2 turns to the basket. McNaught searching, goes it alone, and draws contact.
Well, that's going to be Quentin Bailey's 2nd personal foul as he picks it up on the mismatch. The speculative move there by Alex McNaught gets the whistle. Looks like we're going to have a timeout to the Giants to discuss things before the free throws for Alex McNaught.
Now, I just sense that Mike Fitchett wants to talk about exactly what you're talking about, Casey. Let's run our stuff. Let's get through hands. Let's not pick up the one dribble. Let's keep moving here.
Well, there's that. I mentioned that run. That was it was 20-11 at one point in the ball game. And since that point in the game, the Giants' offense has just gone nowhere. Early in the game, we saw the back doors. We saw the rip-throughs that were getting to the cup. Well, now that help side is just much more prevalent. The Airs, they're not concerned about the three-point shot. They're not closing out the shooters. They're all sagging in the paint. They're all sitting in there and making things very difficult for a Giant squad in the half court, which is where they're really struggling right now.
Well, every time Dan Fortu and Sam Dempster get the ball, they are surrounded, not by 1, sometimes by 2, and sometimes by 3. That is the Airs' focus here tonight. They lead this one by 7. There's the Yeti, one of our favourites, of course. We love our mascots up and down the country here in New Zealand in the Sal's NBL. Yeti getting the applause from the fans.
Just looking at this run, there was 2:09 left in the 2nd quarter when the Giants scored that 20th point to go take a 9-point lead, 20-11. So in the last 6 minutes, this team has only been able to muster 4 points while giving up 20 in opposition. And the game is completely turned on its head. What do the Giants have in their bag that can disrupt the flow that the Airs are in right now?
Elijah Minnie, 12 points in under 8 minutes tonight for the Airs. Giants came into this play-in final having lost their last 3 games. The Airs had won 3 of their last 5. The only 2 teams that they lost to, Tuatara and the Rams.
But when it comes down to it, it's the same old story for the Giants right now. They're 1 for 9 from the three-point line at 11%. The Taranaki Airs have made 5 out of 12. That 4 three-point difference, that's basically the ball game.
3 days ago, Airs defeated the Giants by 16. McCarron. Look away, corner, Rakawa. Davison gets up.
Another offensive rebound. That for the Airs. So important for them to keep racking those up. That's the 6th.
McCarron misses. Greeder, another rebound for him. Langley back from an ankle injury. 4-2, head down. Greeder, the Australian. On the drive, off the glass, aggressive stuff. Now, Carlin Davison's got a problem with his eye here.
I'm not sure if he's a guy who wears contacts, but he's trying to adjust something. Could just be something in his eye, or if he does have contacts, he might be trying to get that one back in place.
Certainly has some discomfort at the moment. Here he is with the ball. One side to the other. McCarron. Back to Davison. Elects to attack and ran straight into Greeder.
I like the zone for the Giants. It's taking away some of those driving lanes.
Dempster block, Mini, number 4.
Elijah Minnie's got a block body down here in New Plymouth at TSB Stadium. Everybody's invited.
How good tonight. Elijah Mini, 12 points, 4 blocks. And he's done it in less than 9 minutes. He could add another 3 here. McCarron, again, offensive rebound.
Kobe Langley missed that box out, let off the mat hook because of the turnover on the save attempt by McCarron.
Greeder, that looks short. It is. They're on the run again. Davison, Mini!
Beautiful basketball, well-delivered pass by Carlin Davison, who is really struggling, still grabbing his eyes. Well, he apparently didn't need vision to see the lane on that one because he dropped that right into the breadbasket, and Elijah Mini flushes it home for the 5-point lead.
Whack.
Davison's going to check out. He's got that. I think they're concerned about that eye. See if they can't fix what's going wrong there. He's paying a lot of attention to it on the court, even though it's not really affecting his ability to play.
Haven't seen a better 10 minutes this season from the Airs number 5, Elijah Mini.
Well, he hasn't really had a ton of the basketball in hand, has had a lot of it tonight as Dan Greeder misses that jump shot from about 15.
Airs just look like they got 7 players out there at the moment. They're just everywhere.
They're playing at a higher speed than the Nelson Giants are able to muster right now.
Contact off the ball. Langley goes down. Foul is going to be on McNaught, is it?
Well, Kobe Langley's trying to bait him into a charge here or to an illegal swing by just dropping down. I like the no call. I understand why he's upset, but hey, just because you're little and you fall down doesn't make it a charge. A guy's allowed to go into the post and try and create position. He didn't drop his shoulder. He just went in for a normal post move. He tried to pull the chair out and tried to convince the officials that it was an unruly contact, but I like the no whistle there.
And Langley needs to get on with it here. Spent way too much time talking to the officials. Needs to get his head back into it. Airs to go again. How many offensive rebounds for them?
Well, that is number 8.
Turnover. McCarron gave it straight to McNaught. Greeder won't keep that in. He does, but gives it up.
It's unfortunate he did save it because that gives the Airs a break.
Look at that. Inward, straight back.
Well,
great play.
Well, one fair turn deserves another. The Giants and Airs turning it over on fast break opportunities.
Giants have 8 steals.
Then they do, on the season, they were tops in the league in steal percentage at 9%.
Tobias Cameron did really well there defensively. 4-2 was able to answer, though. And we're going to get a timeout to the Airs here. 3 points in it.
We've seen Dan Fotu under nice control a few times on his drives, really able to take that bump from Cameron. Well balanced, though, so he's able to still be finish that play afterwards.
Elijah Mini tonight, 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
But impressively 6 for 7 from the field. Hasn't missed from inside the arc, just the 1 miss from 3. He is a plus 14 in this game. The next closest Taranaki Air, well, Daron Rakawa, who came on at the same time as him, plus 8.
And that's a plus 14 in a game that they're leading by 3. So it just goes to emphasize his importance.
Well, that's when everything changed, was when he got checked into that ball game. Things started picking up for this Taranaki Air squad. You know, he's not the biggest guy on the court, but he's probably the tallest. And that length is giving issues to the Airs, both in trying to defend him, keep him away from the spots he wants to get, but also defensively. Obviously, his length really affecting things, blocking shots, and on the glass where he's trying to get his second double-digit rebound game in a row.
And they've got 9 steals, the Giants, so they're giving themselves added opportunities. They're getting belted on the boards 22-10. And you've mentioned it a few times, they're 1 of 10 from three-point land.
Well, the Giants they force the most steals in the game. They lead the league in steal percentage. Over 9% of possessions end in steals against them.
McCarron, he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse.
McCarron's just been a really good, steady hand.
Strong unit.
For theirs. I mean, an extremely physical guard. That's why he's able to rebound to the level he is. But he's not forcing anything. He's taking the 5 shots, but he's got 5 rebounds. He's got an assist. He's got a steal. Probably a few too many turnovers with 3 right now, trying to force the issue getting to his teammates. But I always like to see him just be a little bit more aggressive scoring-wise. He's so prone to deferring to his teammates and trying to get them involved. But I think in this matchup against this team, he has the opportunity to put some points on the board.
Well, he had 16 points and 8 assists in his last game a few days ago against the Giants. So we know he can score, and he's showing some good aggression here tonight. Giants have actually done pretty well to hang in there. Margin at 5. Airs looked like they were going to blow it out late in the first and early in this second quarter. Well, that's a turnover. That's a bad pass. Tobias Cameron fouled Greeter in the end.
Well, he read that so well. Dan Fotu didn't really see Tobias Cameron just lying in wait in the grass, in the tall grass like a hunting tiger would. But he gets in that lane and he gets in front of Greeter, and he's not thinking layup at all. He's thinking, I'm going to get this foul. He works his body control really well, forces that contact on Greeter, doesn't get the finish, but gets a chance from the Chemist Warehouse for 2. As Tobias Cameron's got 6 points, with 2 makes from beyond the arc, 2 for 5 from deep.
First foul of the game for Greeter tonight. He's been fouled out a couple of times this season.
Speaking about 3-point shots, the Giants just 1 for 10 now from beyond the arc. That is the only area of the game where they can't really affect things offensively. They're shooting 62% inside the arc, but from the outside, they just couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat.
There's 5 of 16 from the same position. Here's Inwood, getting some minutes late in the second. 4-2, again a hand from Mini.
And he's got the fast break opportunity again.
And does finish, he's got 16.
Beautiful pass by Tobias Cameron, leading that just perfectly, making it an easy finish for Mini, who continues his monster half.
And what I love about his game is he's doing it at both ends. Now it's at 8. Greeter.
Another steal.
Here he comes, Elijah Mini. Big game to Davison. No, there's a foul. It's going to count.
It's going to count. That's basket interference. I think somebody hit the backboard when Carlin Davison put that layup on. And so that's why the bucket's going to count. 4 quick points in transition off of turnovers. The Giants turned the ball over in those live turnovers, and it's just really inducive to the Taranaki Airs transition offense, getting things easy.
And their biggest lead of the game now, out by 10. They've quickly added the last 5.
Need to find something, go into the basket or a wide open look for Kobe Langley. He's got the only triple of the ball game right now, and the Giants desperately need something to do.
Turnover again. Davison, look at the numbers running. Look at Mini!
Carlin Davison used to being on the receiving of that, but he puts it on a platter. And Elijah Mini flushes it down. He is killing in the first half, 18 points already.
Absolutely destroying the Nelson Giants, Elijah Mini. Langley over McCarron, well short. That will do us. An opening half to remember. Sells NBL Final 6 is alive. Home court finals, and this crowd has gone wild. Margin at 12. Elijah Mini has starred, and here he is with Casey Frank.
Heck of a start. You're coming off the bench. You got 4 blocks. You got 18 points. What has enabled you to get fired up like this for the finals?
It's playoffs, man. I don't need any extra motivation. It's playoff time.
Looking at the Nelson Giants, they got off to a good start early. Defensively, you were able to slow that down as the quarter went on. What were you able to take away from them?
They're a good team moving at a certain pace. Fotu's a heck of a person. It's a guard. He had big numbers against us every game. So just working on a defense, period. Getting Greeter off the boards, getting Fotu off the boards. controlling Langley, going left, things like that. So just the defensive end, on the defensive end, it's just like a camaraderie on our team.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
Well, he's been a star, hasn't he, Elijah Mini? Lots of highlights for him tonight. And what a big start. As he said, it's playoffs basketball. The Airs out by 12. Chemist Warehouse stats coming up on the other side of the break. Don't go away. Well, just like that, Casey, wow, we're at half-time, and it's a 12-point margin. We're back with all of our TikTok viewers. Elijah Mini, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Elijah Mini's been playing a heck of a ball game. Great to see him. I mean, this is his best game of the season.
Yep.
He's had one 30-point ball game this year, and that was a game where they really were efficiently trying to get him to basketball, and he's certainly having an impact today, but the efficiency with which he's doing it is what's been so impressive. Giants
lead early by as much as 11. Airs now lead by 12. Lots of turnovers, lots of steals, but it's coming from defensive pressure at both ends. What I love about the Airs is once they get their hands on the ball, they run. It is their strength.
And we've got a lot of questions out there. Rugby Edits New Zealand wants a shout out. There's your shout out. The question is this in America? No, TikTok. This is in New Zealand.
Hello.
We're in the southern hemisphere. It's just nighttime for us. I know you guys are all night owls over in the States.
Early morning.
We're looking probably 4 a.m. on the West Coast, or the East Coast, sorry. So appreciate you joining us, all the night owls out there.
I remember 1 week on TikTok, we had a viewer from the US, and he said, why are they playing basketball at 4 a.m. in the morning in New Zealand? Just because it's 4 a.m. in the States.
It's a big, wide world. It's a big, wide world, even though you do hear a little bit of the American accent on the commentary team. So, I mean, going back to the game, fantastic to see the Airs play to this level. And once again, this is the first home final in franchise history. You know, they've been in the league for 20 years now since they've returned in this area and haven't been able to get one home final. I think even going back to the BP Bears, there couldn't have been too many opportunities.
Let's go on back a while. What else have we got coming through on TikTok?
I got a couple of shout-outs. Conrad Thompson, get a shout-out there. Good to see you there. William wants a shout-out to the family, so hope the family's going well.
Hey, William.
You got any questions about the basketball TikTok? We can answer those. You got any questions about the Sal's NBL down here in New Zealand? We can answer those. But if I'm going to talk about the basketball, what I would say is the Nelson Giants have to find a way to get Danfotu more involved. And Kobe Langley, he has not really been able to get anything going. When he gets the ball in hand, they're taking away the three, and they're closing down those passing lanes. If they don't find a way to get him going, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, they went to 4 too early, didn't they? First 3 or 4 plays in the game. They got off to that great start. They were leading, what, 12-3, 12-2, and then it just dried up. The doubling, the defensive work by the Airs really started to turn things away.
Well, I will say to my TikTok crowd, I cannot teach you how to Dougie. That is not my skill.
To what?
Justin, you know how to teach people how to Dougie?
To what?
Teach me how to Dougie and teach me how to... No, you ain't got that one?
Come on. I'm an old man that yells at clouds. Give me a break.
And then we got a couple of shout-outs for Charlie and Lindsay English. Big basketball fans, and they're 8 and 6 years old. What's up, guys?
Stick with us. We're going to come back to you shortly on TikTok. We're going to have another long break in just a moment. So I hope you're enjoying it. Welcome back to TSB Stadium here in New Plymouth tonight. Sal's NBL Final 6 is up and running. Of course, the Saints and the Bulls in a play-in final Friday night coming up in the capital. From all reports, close to a sellout. Make sure you get your tickets. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. It is the Airs who were down by 11 and now up by 12. Chemist Warehouse stats.
Has a lot to do with that man at the top of the list for the Airs, Elijah Mini. 18 points, doing it with a great efficiency. 8 for 9 from the field. Dan Greta in the response, 4 for 9 from the field for his 10 points. When you go to the glass, that is an area that the Rams are winning right now in totality. 21-11 on the rebounds. It's a team effort too. Davidson, McCarron, Cameron, Mini, all up there. Greta, Fotu, 7 apiece. That's all the rebounds that the Giants have total. 11 rebounds in total, just not good enough against this Taranaki Air squad. In the assists, and after those first 5 or 6 minutes, the Airs weren't sharing the ball, but then everything came together, and they started passing the ball to a higher level. And you look on the other side, the Giants just not moving the ball enough. Elijah Minnie and Dan Greta. This is when you can tell that there's no centers in the ball game because these wings are coming in and knocking stuff out. And the steals. We mentioned the Giants first in the league in steals percentage coming into the ball game. Well, they've got 8, but the Taranaki Airs have forced 9. And those opportunity of those live ball turnovers have really hurt the Giants' ability to get back in transition.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner, the Chemist Warehouse. It's at 12 at the half. Judd Flavel and the Canterbury Rams watching on tonight. They, of course, will take on the winner of this game this Sunday in Christchurch. That is a semi-final, and it is a game for a place in this year's grand final. Who's going to get through tonight? Airs by 12 at the halves. Third quarter coming up on the other side of the break. Don't go away. And with that, we get to return to all of our viewers around the world on TikTok, but also on FIBA YouTube as well. Hello to you. I know we get lots of viewers across the world on FIBA YouTube, so great to have a chat with you as well. We're at a commercial break here in New Zealand on Sky Sport, which means
to the question,
talk to you, yeah.
Sarah, my days of suiting up are over. Thank you for asking. This suit here is the only kind of suiting up I do now.
Who is that, Sarah?
Sarah, I appreciate it.
We've actually won 4 Cells NBL championships between us. You'd be pleased to know that.
It's impressive work by you, Justin. You did very well. What up, Jimmy? Well, down the airs, is this the last quarter? No, this is halftime. So we've got 20 minutes left in this ball game.
Yep.
But the Airs are certainly in control. They have just shaking off those early game nerves that they were having out there, and they are completely in control of this ball game now. The Giants need to find some answers, but they don't have them at the moment.
Where are they going to come from, Case?
Well, the big 3 players. It's got to come from Fotu, it's got to come from Greta, and it's got to come from Langley. If somebody else can get something going, Sam Dempster's been struggling from deep as of late. If he could hit a couple triples, maybe if some of the young fellas coming off, Nick Davidson, if we can get Hayden Jones coming out there hitting the triple. Anybody who can shoot a 3, come out and shoot a 3. That's what you need most.
Good question there. Other teams' chances against the Rams. Of course, the winner here tonight goes on to play the Rams. If it is the Airs, what do you think their chances are?
Well, I like the pace with which they play. The question is for everybody who plays the Rams, how do you lock down Lackey Ulbrich? We saw a little bit of a formula where the Bulls did that with Sam Timmons and did it. I don't know if the Airs have the big man in the middle to be able to slow him down. What up, Jackson?
Hey, Jackson. Saints and the Bulls on Friday night. It's going to be a packed house in Wellington. Who's going to get through that one?
Well, who is going to get through that one? I mean, I'm favoring the Saints. I think their pace can do it.
Bulls won there a few weeks ago.
But the Bulls did win there a few weeks ago.
Beat the Rams last week as well.
And they beat the Rams last week as well. They've been playing some good basketball. The question is, was that the Rams sitting on their laurels looking towards the postseason? Or was that the Bulls finally figuring out how they can play to this level?
So that, of course, is coming up on Friday night between the Saints and the Bulls. Whoever wins that play-in final plays the Auckland Tuatara in a semi-final next week. So we are definitely at the business end.
Well, Emilio, it looks like you think the Airs will win both. It's possible. It's
pretty possible right now.
Isaiah Smiler, I'm not answering your question.
What's he doing on here? He's got nothing better to do tonight. Come on, is he? What else?
That's about it. We appreciate everybody watching on TikTok around the world.
Hope you're enjoying it.
If moving forward, if you got any questions, toss them in the chat during the quarter break. We'll try and, but only one more break left in this game.
Yeah, back at 3/4 time. We'll have a chat with you then. No more hockey, Mai. Welcome back to New Plymouth tonight. Wednesday night hoops in the Cells NBL, and of course it is the final 6. We are underway. Good crowd in attendance here tonight. We're off to Wellington on Friday night for the Saints and the Bulls. If you haven't got your tickets for that game yet, you better get in quick. That place is going to be jumping. Mixandpick.com. There's the QR code if you want to have some fun with us. Free, of course. There's some Cells pizzas up for grabs, and at the moment, 79% favouring the Airs to win.
Well, 79%, that's nearly what the Airs and the Giants are shooting from inside the arc. 64% for Taranaki and 62% for Nelson. The big difference from beyond the arc, the Giants 1 for 11, the Taranaki Airs 5 for 16. What the Giants have done a good job of is they haven't sent the Airs to the free throw line a lot. Just 7 attempts where they've made 5, but they have to make inroads in 2 areas. They've given up too many rebounds. 21 to 11 is the advantage to the Airs right now, and too many turnovers. They've got 10 of them in that first half to just 4 assists. Too much one-on-one basketball for the Giants. They have to let that ball do some of the work. They have to draw defenders, kick to open shooters who need to start hitting shots to get them back in this game.
Talked about the Giants going into that zone. What do? Do they go back to it? Do they head back out into a man? What are you expecting?
They're going to have to keep switching it up. I think if they sit in that zone, it's going to be too easy for the Airs to figure out how to attack it. And if they don't switch to it occasionally, I think the Airs do have the advantage in some of those one-on-one matchups.
Hope you're enjoying it. Third quarter about to start. And the Giants get themselves back into this one. They got off to a hot start tonight. And this Airs team took a little while to warm the engine up, didn't they? But once they got up into third and fourth gear.
Basically, just once they started passing the basketball.
Yep.
The first 4 or 5 minutes, they were trying to everybody was trying to be the hammer to knock that nail through. But they just needed to share it to a higher degree. And once they started passing that basketball around, they were able to make some inroads against that half-court defense of the Giants.
So we're just about set to go. It'll be an Airs ball to start us off in this third quarter. A little bit cold and wet outside, nice and warm and dry inside. And at the moment, these Airs fans are full of voice. Third quarter underway. Flynn Cameron up. Easy, no. Quinton Bailey with the opening opportunity comes back out to Mitch McCarron.
But more offensive rebounds. They're able to corral the itch. Great execution. Love that play from the Airs, but the Giants have to finish with boards.
Greeter aggressive.
Well, the key about that drive is it's able to penetrate before the defense gets set. That semi-transition opportunity, there's no middle help. Once the Airs have 5 defenders in the half court, they got 4 of them with feet in the paint every single play. And until the Giants start hitting some triples, that's not going to change. They're going to have to either score offense before the defense gets set up or go through multiple bodies to get the finish.
22 points, 7 rebounds per game this season. Dan Greeter, 70% shooter from the Chemist Warehouse. He claws one back. Make that 2, just the start the Giants were looking for.
Well, very similar to the start of the game. Got to the line right off the bat. Looked like they were going to be able to execute. Now they can build and continue with that momentum.
You've just joined us, Carlin Davison, just 4 points in the game. Elijah Minnie has 18. Dempster with the foul there. May have copped a low blow as well.
Yeah, he went up to challenge that one. I think Flynn Cameron might have had a limb going a little awry that hit Sam Dempster in the nether regions. Never an enjoyable time for a basketball player.
Never an enjoyable
really
time for anyone.
Or anyone.
Is the replay?
Yeah, you see it now, just the body, unfortunately. It looks like that knee came up and got him. Sam Dempster was good up high, bad down low. He gets whistled for the foul. And he's talking to official Callum Welsh saying, so why is that a foul on me? He need me in a certain spot and I get the whistle?
He's not happy about it either.
Well, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Good to see him back up on his feet. 200 game plus veteran of the Sal's NBL, the captain of the Nelson Giants.
And now Flynn Cameron off to the stripe. 4 points, 5 boards, 2 assists for Flynn.
The NBS Nelson Giants, of course, a call out to some of the great partners that our teams have. Still formers for the Airs, of course, naming rights partner, and NBS, the naming rights partner for the Nelson Giants.
Gets that lead back to 12 points.
Mike Fitchett just having a good look on from the sidelines, isn't he? Master coach. What can he get out of the Giants in this third quarter? 4-2, nowhere to go there. Bailey did well. Look at McCarron, up quickly. Davison, contact. In fact, he's landed and traveled.
Nice hand there by Greeter getting it off. I like the offense on the other end. I love Dan Fotu catches at the elbow. It's hard for the defense to come over and get set. When he got down to the low block, I thought he wasn't quite aggressive enough. He's using the shot fake on Bailey. Bailey's not a shot blocker. You just go straight up on that type of player and get the finish. But I love the catch in the area he got it.
Carlin Davison, just under 17 points a game this season and about 7.5 rebounds. Without Sam Froling the last few weeks, Casey,
That's
22 points and 13 rebounds.
That is uptick to a serious degree. Look at the Giants defense. Look at the hustle. Dan Greta grabbing that ball. Got to score. Too slow. Go faster.
Had to wait for the cavalry, didn't he? Langley now. He's been well held. McNaught, shot clock at 2. Floats it up, floats it in.
Alex McNaught. He loves a late shot clock because there's no pressure on that one coming through. Off the right foot with the right hand. That is a difficult floater that he drops in.
Got a bit to thank Dan Greta for that last basket as well. Margin at 10. Here's Tobias Cameron. Been really important the last few weeks. Lynn Cameron now late in the shot clock. Gee, wasn't far away at all, was he?
Well, it wasn't too far off. Good defense, but most importantly for the Giants, able to get a defensive rebound and end the possession.
And they're just chipping away right now. Heavy contact. That's going to be a block. That'll go down. Points are good.
Well, there's been a few plays today where defenders are trying to convince the officials that they're receiving offensive fouls. Tobias Cameron, really good at drawing all charges. As we take another look at it, didn't have a great angle at it. I didn't think the contact was enough. I thought he was in good defensive position, but I think sometimes you try and sell it to that degree to the refs, they're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Now, Greta at the Chemist Warehouse has a chance here to bring it down to 7. Importantly, the Airs have just made a substitution. Elijah Mini and Daron Rakawa back on the court, and we saw the impact they had in the first half.
Yeah, and quite often that looks like their best lineup. This time they take out Flynn Cameron and Quentin Bailey, leaving in Tobias Cameron.
Greta drains that. We're at 7.
And Dan Greta's going to head to the bench. A quick blow for him. I'm not going to leave him out there for too long if I'm Coach Mike Fitchett. Just get your win back and then get back out there because he is carrying a lot of that offensive load right now.
Just confirming that last foul was on Tobias Cameron. It was originally signaled on his brother. So that's why the stop in the play there. Sam McKinnon wanted that fixed.
It's tough to keep those brothers separated. You know, you call it on one, call it on the other. They definitely would have been angry about it with each other later, though.
Here is Tobias. He goes it alone. Doesn't get the roll. There's contact underneath. Is that against Inwood?
Yeah, it's Carlin Davidson just refusing to be boxed out. This is a small lineup on the floor for the Giants right now. They've got Fotu on the bench. They've got Dan Greta, one of their bigger guards, on the bench. He's essentially playing power forward for him. Right now, Sam Dempster is all the size they have. A big chance for the Airs to dominate the glass.
And Mini does that.
Well, they took too long in the huddle. The Giants didn't get communicated, didn't get locked in defensively, and that's the result.
Mini's got 20. A maxi game from Elijah Mini tonight. He's been terrific. Dempster, Langley raffling it, and they've missed the target.
Well, Alex McNaugh's thinking cut. Kobe Langley's thinking extra pass. I'd like to see Langley get a bit more aggressive. He's only taken 6 shots. He's got 5 points, but he hasn't been able to really create anything. Remember, he's coming off that ankle injury or that injury, so he's not probably 100%, but he still needs to find a way to get more aggressive.
And you got to throw everything at it, don't you, Case? I mean, this is do or die,
baby.
absolutely. Mini has not missed tonight. In fact, I think he's missed 1.
He's missed 1. It was from deep, but he didn't miss that one. Elijah Mini now 9 for 10 from the field, 23 points on the night.
Wow. What a game from Elijah Mini tonight.
Hey, big players come up big at the end of the season. You heard him at halftime. He is ready for the finals.
Ingham responds with 2.
No, they need that from Tom Ingham. Anybody who can hit a jump shot right now is welcome on the Giants bench.
Well, Aston Inwood's got the job on Elijah Mini right now. That is as tough as it gets. Here he is again. Gets around to Inwood. Langley wraps him up.
He gets the jump ball. Fantastic hands by Kobe Langley. And he's got some of the quickest in the competition this year. He was second in the league in steals, and that time gets the jump ball. But watching Langley run, he is not looking like a free-flowing athlete right now. He's looking like a guy who's out there. And we've got a technical foul on Sam McKinnon.
Yeah, and that's been going on for the last couple of minutes. We saw a little bit of a flare-up on that foul called against Tobias Cameron. Interaction wasn't great between Sam McKinnon and coin official Ryan Jones, and clearly something's been said down the line there, and Ryan Jones has had enough. You've had your warning, that's it.
And these are huge minutes for the Giants right now. I mean, no Fotu on the court, no Greta, and they're actually making some inroads instead of really getting pushed off. Fantastic job by this crew of 5 Giants on the court right now to keep themselves in it. But I have no doubt that Kobe Langley is not at 100%. He does not look like a guy who feels comfortable on the court right now.
So a technical foul on Sam McKinnon. Margin back at 9. Dempster, can he get something going? That one looks long. Davison clutches it.
Another rebound for Carlin Davison. He's up to 6 in that category.
Mini. Well done, McCarron, to set him up for another one.
Feeling it, up to 26 points. 10 for 11 from the field. This boy is touching them all. Elijah Mini, you on fire.
4 of 5 from deep. 4 blocks as well tonight for Elijah Mini. Dempster, long on one end, short on the other, right. Corner to corner.
Had a good look too. He felt good about that one, but it doesn't drop for him. Giants bringing in their star scorers any minute now, down 12 points. They need him.
Mini's just got too much space here.
No, he's just feeling it.
Over Inwood.
He's just feeling it.
Listen to the crowd.
Good heat check. Good heat check. You get at least one more heat check the way he's playing.
Langley now. Davison did really well. He thought it should have been a turnover there. Called for a travel.
Very similar to a travel that was called on the airs earlier in the game as well.
Margin at 12. McNaught, Ingham for 3. Deep on the iron, here they come again. Mini, Tobias Cameron. McCarron got no one with him.
The air's just slowing things down a bit.
Rakawa to Davison. That's actually come off Davison last. It's a Giants ball.
Well, it's a physical defense there by Tom Ingham. He might have got a hand in, might have made a little bit of a grab there, but he's able to get away with it because this is the finals, baby. There's going to be a bit more contact.
Got to say, Sam Dempster just came to the bench just to my left. He looks absolutely spent.
You think? The 6'2" center who's got to go out there and try and grab every rebound?
Yeah.
He's putting in some work. It doesn't get any easier, though, than you get either.
Greta on the drive. Pull up. Short.
Look how packed that paint is. Just black jerseys everywhere.
They've done that well, haven't they?
They're just daring the Giants to shoot, and they can't do it right now.
Davison. Look at the face on Daron Horikawa off that. He was riding that home.
I'll tell you what, Daron Horikawa to me looks like a guy that's very important for the psyche of this Air squad.
He's had fun this year, hasn't he?
They need that because there's a lot of serious dudes on this Air squad.
Yep.
Everybody takes things very seriously. You can see they've got the weight of the world on these possessions. But Daron, he's always a young man, or young to me anyway, that's having fun out there. He enjoys the game, a smile on his face, even when the stuff he's saying isn't quite so smiley.
Of course, came across from the Hawks, but did play in 2020 at the Showdown with the Taranaki Airs and was very good. He had a huge 2020.
Yeah, him and Marcel really lifted that Airs team. Looked like they were going to be a finals favorite. That was a scoring prowess of those two.
Margin out to 14 now.
That was Carlin Davison's debut as well as a 16-year-old for the Airs.
It was. Greta.
Just nowhere to go. There's just no options out there taking away those passing lanes.
That'd be a double dribble, yeah. Well picked up by the coin officials. Actually did come down with the dribble as he landed and then went again.
Yeah, it was more of trying to get the control of it. I don't know if he had control in that first dribble, but the ruling by Ryan Jones and the coin officiating crew is he did.
Here is Horikawa. Mini. Now there's a bit of a push there off the ball as Horikawa.
They're going to discuss it. I don't know if they're going to say it's a foul or it's a flop.
It's going to be a foul on the Giants.
Trying to figure out exactly which player was involved in that was what the discussion was about. So that one's on.
I think it's on Greta. They've signaled Giants number 11. So It is on Greta. That's his third.
And foul trouble has been an issue for him all season long. He's going to have to be extra careful now. Here's that zone again.
Just over 3 to play in this third quarter. Rokawa, just his position, isn't it? We've seen that so many times over the years from Daron.
He loves that mid-range. That is when he can really go to work, especially against that zone. Sees that entire back line, worried about other people.
Worrying sign here for the Giants. This is the biggest lead of the game now for the Airs. Giants just nowhere to go. There's no system here. 4-2 through traffic. Once, twice. Foul is on Cameron.
Yeah, there's no system just because, look, it's pretty patently obvious that the Airs just don't respect the jump shot. And why would you? Because unfortunately the Giants are 1 for 14 from behind the arc right now. And, you know, the best shooters, probably Langley, Dan Greta, have combined for 1 for 7. And Sam Dempster, unfortunately, at 0 for 4. So until somebody starts hitting some jump shots, it is not going to get any easier on those attempted penetrations.
For the first time in 17 games, Casey, last week, the Wheeler Motor Company Canterbury Rams lost. Now, the way things are looking right now, you would think the Airs are headed towards Christchurch on Sunday afternoon.
You're calling it early.
Well, I'm just saying the way it's looking now. Can this team take them down?
Well, look, the pace with which they play will certainly cause the Airs problems. The Rams problems. They have the personnel on the perimeter. And Cameron, the Cameron brothers and Rokawa and Mitch McCarron as well, to cause issues for Taylor Britt and the rest of those guys on the perimeter. But the question is, who guards Lackley Olbrook on the interior?
Langley, Steele, Davison, great defense, Cameron. One goes begging, Davison! Oh, wow.
You line it up, Carlin. Davison flushes it down. It's starting to get exciting here in the TSB Stadium.
Crowd love that one. Why wouldn't they? They're on the move again. Mini, rebound. Putting on a show. 16 the margin. Mini has starred. Can he add another 2? You bet he can.
Stop it. The runner down the lane, one hand. Everything is looking so easy for Elijah Mini. 12 for 14 from the field. 28 points. 26 points.
Look at this.
Together.
Rokawa to Davison.
Get up and get down. Nice pass, but that's not an easy pass. He makes it look easy. And if you're going to throw a lob to anybody in this league, you're better off if it's Colin Davison because he's going to catch it.
Sam McKinnon takes a seat in front of his charge. He's got a little bit of a smile on his face there as well. I think they're talking about that dunk from Carlin Davison. I think he might have just said to Daron there, hey, good pass.
Good pass. Not a bad pass at all. Still only one double-digit score for the Airs. That's Elijah Mini. He's got, 28 points now is what he's put up there. Carlin Davison second on the ledger with 8. But this is a collective effort. And they're doing it on defense and doing it with the rebounds. The rebounds really is stretching up more in the favor of the Airs. 29-16, the advantage in that category now.
I want to ask you about the Auckland Tuatara. They finished second on the ladder, of course. They've got a home semi-final coming up. This time next week in Auckland, they'll play the winner of the Saints or the Bulls. When they step out on the floor next week, Casey, that'll mark 2 weeks since their last game. Your thoughts on that?
Well, in some ways, I think it could be good for them. They've got 3 Tall Blacks who went away, had a lot of travel. It's a chance for them to rest, recuperate. And it's also a chance for this team, for that team, as we see near turnover.
In fact, it is a turnover. Nico Hill, there's a foul here on Langley.
That's not a great call. Nico Hill's just diving on that one. Kobe Langley, I think just sort of got caught looking like it was a foul more than an actual activity. But back to your question about the Tuatara, they also need to find a little bit of rhythm with those guys. They need to find a little bit of rhythm with those guys getting together after spending so much time apart and having Charlie Dalton, Braden Niuli, and Tukaha Cooper step up in their absence. Aaron Young needs to find how to get those guys to play together. Wasn't able to do it in the short time they had before the Hawke's Bay game, but this long stretch, they should be well rested and well drilled in what they want to do.
In the bonus, so Nico Hill goes to the Chemist Warehouse. Third foul on Kobe Langley, by the way. So he's got 3 and Greeter's got 3. Nobody in foul trouble for the Airs. Nico Hill has been a star in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this season. Coming back out of the States, converts there. Margin, dare I say it, is at 20.
Well, Nico Hill does come from good basketball stock. His mother was, of course, a tall firm.
The old man went all right as well.
Dad's okay. Dad's okay.
Oh, look out. Greeter's been plucked for the foul here. That's his 4th. So it's all turned to custard in this 3rd quarter for the NBS Nelson Giants.
Well, just in the wrong place when that one goes just a little bit too aggressive. And that's just a foul, you know, just wrong place, wrong time. Not really trying to get a foul, just trying to work, trying to get that work rate up, see if he can affect things. And unfortunately, he affects things in the wrong way, picking up that 4th personal foul. 4 for him, 3 for Langley.
Someone say 30-piece for Elijah Minnie tonight.
Well, it's coming up quick.
That's 29. I've got to be honest, I did not drive here tonight thinking that Elijah Minnie would hit 30 points.
He's done it once before. We know he's got this ability. Coming in, I think there was a lot expected of what his production was going to be. Because of how talented the Airs are, he didn't have a lot of opportunity to have that ball in his hand, but the way the lineups are working now, you can see that they're going to be much more dependent on him.
Minnie hits 30, shooting at 85% tonight. McNaught adds 2 for the Giants. And they've been held to just 44 points in nearly 3 quarters of basketball.
And the defense has been executing the game plan to perfection. Give up the jump shot, take away the drives. Every shot that the Giants are hitting has a high degree of difficulty right now.
Well, they average 88 a game this season, so they're halfway there now with 11 minutes to play. Cameron, he'll fire from deep. Flynn Cameron.
Everybody's getting their eye in for the Airs. The home crowd is loving it. Flynn Cameron up to 9 points.
4-2. Ingham to Jones to McNaught. That one misses as well. What's their 3-point shooting, Casey?
Outside of poor, you want the actual number? 1 for 16 now.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
We are down to about 4.5%, 5%.
Tail of the tape, not too good on the Chemist Warehouse stats. Little block there, McNaught.
Is that going to be free throws here? Because it is 5 personal fouls already for the Giants in this quarter, so that's going to send Flynn Cameron to the line.
Yeah, foul on Tom Ingham.
Just another hustle foul, unfortunately, going against the Giants. You see the drive, the block might have been contact on the shot, but as Tom Ingham tries to rip it away, he gets a little bit too much body of Flynn Cameron.
They got off to a really slow start tonight, the Taranaki Airs, but gee, they've been impressive since then.
Just settled those nerves, started letting the basketball do the work. They weren't trying to just attack it one-on-one. They are a much better team when they're passing the ball and involving their teammates, as opposed to when they try and just play a little bit more of the one-on-one basketball game.
One of the great things about these play-ins is the team that wins heads into the next one with some confidence, as Dempster hits 2.
Easy attack against his own, high post catch. Sam Dempster gets his eye in from 15. Hopefully that stretches out to about 22 soon.
How good is it to be back on home courts for finals in the Sal's NBL? Crowd enjoying this one, but time runs out for the Airs. That won't count. And at 3/4 time, the Taranaki Airs are well on their way to a semi-final showdown with the Rams. They lead this one by 23. And chance for us, Casey, to have a quick break, but also to go back and say good day to everyone on TikTok and FIBA YouTube. Hello.
Hello, FIBA YouTube and TikTok. We don't have the FIBA YouTube chat in front of us, but we do have the TikTok live stream. We've got a couple of questions, and Greg says, will the To'ihi Wednesday games be live streamed on TikTok as well?
No, they won't.
But why not, Justin?
Because every Sunday afternoon game in the GJ Gardner Homes To'ihi competition will be on TikTok. There you go, Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, so that Sunday afternoon game that was live on Sky Sport Sky Sport Open is now going to move to TikTok, so make sure you can keep watching us there.
Looking forward to that.
Got a lot of Taranaki fans in the chat, actually. They're liking to see the Taranaki fans go where?
Well, why aren't they here? Or maybe they are here. Oh, hello.
Did he just win a truck?
Someone just won a car.
He just won a ute.
Someone just won a car.
He just won the ute, baby.
Wow.
It's a half-court shot for a ute. Everything is dropping here today. Oh, that is fantastic.
That's a car. Ooh, that's a ute. Shoot for a ute.
Shoot for a ute.
This guy's just won it. He's going home in a new car.
The crowd is loving it. I'm loving it. That is all coming. Jude, you got a shout out. Who else needs it? Marcel from Zimbabwe, you get a shout out. Chance of a home final isn't happening for the Airs.
Well, welcome back to New Plymouth tonight. Don't worry about the $25 large pizza from Sells. Don't worry about the 23-point margin. At three-quarter time, while you're at a break, some bloke has stepped out, hit a half-court shot, and won a brand new car.
Shoot for a ute has come to fruition.
Wow.
In the final home game of the season, probably for the Taranaki Airs.
There he is. We're going to bring him on camera in just a second. We're going to see him. Just hang on 2 seconds. We're going to come to him in a moment. There we go. We're going to stop in play. This is the guy that has just won a brand new ute.
There he is.
Turn around and say good day to us, mate.
He's feeling pretty good.
We don't want to see you back.
He's feeling pretty good.
There he is. Oh, well done.
2 thumbs up. West side.
How about that? Rode his skateboard to the game tonight. Going home in a brand new ute. Last quarter underway. Cameron to Cameron.
Well, important here for the Giants to just get some positive momentum at the start of this fourth quarter. It's been a tough night for them. Really struggling against this defensive strategy of the Airs.
Casey, by the way, the MVP vote, according to our viewers, is on the screen. Any arguments here?
I think they got it right. Elijah Minnie looks like the pick to me.
We'll just take us through his stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Have a listen to this for Elijah Minnie tonight.
Well, Elijah Minnie's got 30 points on 12 for 14 from the field. He's got 6 rebounds. He's got an assist. He's got a steal, and he's got 4 blocks.
Wow.
Not too shabby.
Wow. He will get the viewer MVP tonight, no doubt about that. Margin of 23. Early in the last. 4-2. Oh, does well there, doesn't he, Big Dan?
Doing a better job of spacing that time. Despite all that help being inside, it's spaced out enough on the weak side that they have to pay a little bit of attention to it. And Fotu hits a difficult runner off that semi-post possession. And a chance for 3 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe to cut it to 20.
By the way, Minnie's done all of that damage in just over 20 minutes. His plus minus is 38.
That's not bad.
Wow. 38. And by the way, we're talking about that power punch off the bench. Daron Rakawa is plus 32.
Yeah, those two have played a lot of minutes together. And their input into the game has certainly been a game changer for this Airs unit.
That whip pass from McCarron to Davison. He's loving it tonight.
Well, it shows a little bit of post prowess of his own against Dan Fotu with the turnaround off the glass.
10 for him now. Ingham through the gap over Davison.
Well, that kind of looked like Sam Dempster and Tom Ingham ran into each other.
Well, let's pick that up. Who's that? Davison has just literally taken out 2 players there, if that's a foul on him.
I don't know if we have a replay of that one live.
Here we go.
To me, it looked more like it was Giant on Giant harm.
What did Davison do?
Yeah, that's an unfortunate whistle for Carlin Davidson there.
Well, Ingham's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse. The avalanche call goes out to the fans. Ingham makes that.
Well, getting the eye in from the free throw line will certainly help. They've had a couple of opportunities there moving forward. And the more they can get to that stripe, the better it is on all fronts. Keeps the Airs from transition offense and allows the Giants to get some open looks and get that rhythm down on the jump shot.
Been a bit of a stretch for the Giants as well, away from home, of course. They would have come in here Saturday for Sunday's game, and they've stayed throughout. So
yeah, it was particularly hard for a couple of players who played on the under-17 World Cup team, and as well as the under-18 for the Nelson Giants. They've been basically away for a month.
Davison with the block. How many times have we seen that this season?
Quite a few. And we've seen it for the first time tonight on that one. Thought he had one earlier, but didn't get credit for it. But he is probably the most vertically prolific player in the competition this year. He plays a game that is up and above the rim, and you see how quick the reaction is. He's guarding Fotu on the ball there. That's not from the weak side, that block. That's on the ball that he's able to get that deflection.
Giants need a lot to go right from here.
Look how much space Carlin Davison covers there. He's able to guard the ball and still get down. Foul called on that, however.
Second foul of the quarter for Davison, but only his second foul of the game. So there's no foul trouble at the moment for the Airs. Greeder's got 4 for the Giants. Langley has 3. Both of those players sitting at the moment.
And if the Airs do win this game, they are playing again on Sunday.
Dempster gave up the shot. Pass inside was slick to McNaught. Davison comes up with it. A little bit of a belly tap there from McNaught.
We get on to that next play. Both teams feeling a little bit hard done by the whistles, but need to get that other man, back to the basketball.
You never say never, but what do the Giants take out of the next 7.5? What are they got to do?
Well, they're gonna. The only thing that could really possibly get them back into the game is catching fire from deep. So they just need to start letting that sucker fly. They need to be conscious lists, not worry about good shot, bad shot, just get it up.
Davison flushes it.
Nice offense, high-low action. Davison with the flush to finish, and he's now up into double figures with 12 points.
On his way to a double-double as well.
8 rebounds, 3 assists.
4-2 provides cover for Ingham, and again they miss another 3-point attempt.
And just controlling the glass. Airs are completely dominating the defensive glass right now. The Giants just aren't able to make any inroads there.
Davison too easy inside. Timeout Giants. Mike Fitchett has seen enough. Carlin Davison dominating early in this 4th quarter.
He's going back to Dan Greida and Kobe Langley, getting those two back in the ball game. That may be a little bit of too much too late for this Giants squad with a 25-point deficit on a night that they just cannot get the offense going. The Airs may have booked their ticket to the semifinals, and there we take a look at the game MVP, Elijah Minnie.
It's all over.
If you've got Elijah Minnie, don't change your vote.
Don't change your vote.
You are correct.
I've already voted for him. Have you voted for him?
I can't vote for him. I got the TikTok live going here, man, so we can see what the comments are coming through.
I just saw the Airs just throwing out some of those GJ Gardner balls that get given away to the fans up and down the country. Fantastic, by the way. The fans love them.
Anybody catch one?
Well, I think so. I hope so. It just doesn't quite have the same value as a brand new Ute.
Oh, you're one of those guys, eh?
Well, nothing against the basketballs. I love them.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Any of those kids who's taking home a basketball, just as happy about that basketball as the man who's going home with that Ute.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I see the argument. I feel the argument. I'll take the Ute, though.
Of course you would. I said kids, Justin. I don't know how long it's been since somebody referred to you as a kid, but I can guarantee it ain't happening today.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while. Don't you talk. You're not far behind me.
All right, but I look it.
75-50, 25-point margin back into it. Dempster's been a tough night at the office for Sammy.
Gets a nice drive going to the cup on Mitch McCarron, who gave him that respect, and that jump shot gets off his toes there, opens up the space for that drive.
Just 4 points for Dempster.
Giants still working hard. Dan Fotu there gets the push and the squeeze there on Carlin Davison. Fotu used to playing against bigs and squeezing it out. Davison just pretty much collapses on that one.
Just the second foul. It might even be his first, actually, Fotu tonight. Sal's NBL Highlight Show every Tuesday night at 7:30. All the best bits, and there'll be plenty to come your way next week out of the opening 3 games of the final 6. Rakawa's been brilliant tonight. Can't convert from the corner.
Good challenge, Fotu. Better rebound by Greta.
Here is Greta over Davison.
Thought that might have been an N1. That is a very aggressive move. Back to 21. The Giants, they're still playing hard. They've got the effort out there. They just need some more execution.
Mini. McCarron.
Well, McCarron got blasted on that shot. Doesn't get the whistle.
He's headed to the breakers in the Aussie NBL. Mitch McCarron.
Another triple goes wanting for the Giants.
I don't know if I want to know.
1 for 19. They are closing in on, if they miss another one, that's going to be 2.5% from deep.
McCarron on Greta. Needs a runner, gets a runner. Rakawa.
Moving without the basketball, realizing that Mitch McCarron wants to dish that rock and giving him the opportunity to do so.
7 points for Daron tonight, plus 34 on the plus minus. Quite outstanding. Jones receives, Rakawa with the foul.
Nice cut there by Hayden Jones, making himself available as Dan Fotu had the double team. Uses the shot fake and gets hammered on the way down.
Hayden Jones will head to the Chemist Warehouse. I think Mike Fitchett wanted a unsportsmanlike foul there. I mean, Urakawa definitely got off the floor. I just don't think he had anywhere to go.
Mike Fitchett, he's trying to get a two right now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's definitely does not want his assistant coach, Tom Garguglio, to pull him back.
Just tried to settle him down, didn't he? And got pushed away. Hayden Jones. Gee, I'll tell you what, as this young man had an outstanding 2024.
Has had a big few weeks. Top 4 in the world with the under 17 boys.
What a performance that was.
I don't know, might be just as happy about the under 18 national championships with Nelson. Back to back for his class.
Did pretty well in the final too, didn't he?
33 and 18, that's not a bad stat line.
Greta past Mini, aggressive, and that's it. Dan Greta's night is done. His season is done. Called for the offensive foul.
Well, that is a young man that I love to watch play the game. Plays it with energy, enthusiasm, leaves his heart on his sleeve. You always get the best of him. He's been so valuable for the Giants this year. Has had some huge games, but tonight was just not the Giants' night, despite his efforts. 17 points on the evening to go along with 7 rebounds. But his day, 2 blocks as well, but his day is now done.
And one of the things about returning to home finals, which we have this year in the Sal's NBL, is if you're a visitor, the home fans let you know about it when you fouled out. Dan Greta's night is done. Davison, shot clock at 2, deep 2, and he puts it down.
Well, they're feeling it. Everything's easy for the Airs now. They've got the wind at their backs, and they are sailing this boat home.
Double-double for Carlin Davison tonight. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Margin of 24. Still 4 minutes to play. Langley's had a tough one, but he's about to visit the coloured stripe for 3 shots.
Well, 4 minutes left in this ball game. Question now is really how much longer do both teams leave in their starters?
There's the answer to your question. Carlin Davison's done for the night.
Well, if I'm Coach Sam McKinnon, I'm probably bringing Mitch McCarron and Elijah Minnie to the sideline pretty quickly as well. As is Daron Arakawa. 4 minutes, a lot of time. People can't come back from 24, but I'd probably trust in the bench a little bit on the home court.
And of course, this is finals, so we're not through the regular season where every basket counts and you need the margin and all of those sorts of things for points percentage. You only got to win by 1.
The dub's a dub. As Kobe Langley hits 2 out of 3, looking for the 3rd in a row, and a chance to cut it to 21.
Rams waiting for the winner. Sunday afternoon hoops in Christchurch at Cal Stadium. Andrew Mulligan, Tom Abercrombie and Maya Williamson looking after you for Sky Sport on Sunday afternoon. Our next assignment, Casey, we're headed to the capital, the Saints and the Bulls on Friday night.
Got that next play-in game. I'm thinking that one might be a little bit weak closer than this one.
Oh, turnover. I think it will be in the end. In fact, McNaught comes up with it.
Well, from Cameron.
Has he done a hammy?
Yeah, looks like it.
What's happened there, Alex McNaught?
Well, that's he's basically on the ground picking up the ball. He goes straight into the free throw thing. Sam McKinnon calls a timeout, telling Floyd Cameron, just pick that one up. You don't have to let him get it. Take the backcourt violation. Instead, leads under 20 for the first time in a while. And he feels it immediately.
So timeout here.
Yeah, he's definitely done the hammy. He's grabbing that pretty heavily on the rims, on the bench as well.
Your MVP, love to hear from our viewers. This is your choice, all about who you think is tonight's MVP. And I've got to say, we've got a pretty smart audience because I think you got it right. Elijah Mini has been a dominant force tonight, 78% of the vote. There's the QR code. You can have your say. There's some Sal's Pizzas up for grabs. It's free and it's fun. And I've got to say, I am one of those 78%.
Well, we've got a few Giants fans coming in, like in the play of McNaught, Fotu, and Tom Ingham. But it has been all airs all night long, essentially since about 5 minutes through that first quarter. They have been dominant ever since.
Dan Greeter, 17 points, 8 rebounds for the Giants tonight. Dan Fotu, 11 points and 4 rebounds. Langley held to just 8 points. McNaught has 12. Dempster shooting 2 of 8 for his 4 points tonight. Tom Ingham with 5 off the bench.
And 2 key team stats for me. One is, of course, the three-point shooting of the Nelson Giants, 1 for 19, sitting around 5.3% or so. And the other is the rebounds, a 39-23 advantage to Taranaki.
It's a big margin, isn't it?
That's a delay of game being called on the Giants there for Dan Fotu. Didn't see what happened, but it might have got his hand on the ball.
So margin at 18, 3.5 to play. Cam Quinnell is out there now for the Airs. So too Nico Hill. Mini is still on the floor. Don't expect that to last for too much longer. Quinnell had an ankle injury a few weeks ago. Dempster with the block. Mini underneath, just forces some space. 1 off it, 2 efforts. Giants come up with it.
Good work on the glass there for Mini. He might be up to 8 rebounds now.
Langley gets contact from Orakawa.
Still quite ginger on that ankle.
You can see him limping now at the moment.
Well, it's been bothering him all day long. You can tell he just didn't have that same burst and penetration.
Been out for a couple of weeks, of course, Kobe Langley.
3, 2, 1,
He's back to the Chemist Warehouse. 3 of 3 from this spot tonight. Make that 4 of 4.
17 the margin. I've seen teams score 17 minutes in 17 points in 3 minutes before.
I've seen more than that in Rapid League this season in 3 minutes.
It's possible. It's not probable.
McCarron back onto the floor.
And so you can tell that Coach Sam McKinnon, he doesn't quite feel like this one's in the cooler just yet.
And Bailey back as well. So I think he's spot on there, Case. Sam McKinnon's gone, hang on, let's just make sure of this. A little bit more work to do yet. Terrific crowd here tonight. I'm hearing we're on the way to a sellout in Wellington Friday night. Cowls will be sold out on Sunday afternoon. And I think Event Finder will be sold out this time next Wednesday for the Tuatara as well. It's fantastic to see in the Sal's NBL.
Well, the shot clock is a friend of the Airs and want to milk that one down as far as possible.
Urakawa pulls up from his favorite spot just inside the Chemist Warehouse.
Or just hit, 14-footers with defenders all over you with 12 left on the clock. That's a good plan, too.
Langley from deep. That one goes down for Kobe Langley.
Second triple of the ball game. Both hit by Kobe Langley. Hit their first one, and now they are 2 for, let's see it,
20?
20. 2 for 20, up to 10%.
And he's 2 of 6. McCarron over Langley. Battle on the boards. Ingham comes down with it.
Yeah, 15 points of difference. Need to look for quick buckets. That was almost a backcourt.
4-2 now. Deep two. In fact, it's a three. Mark it down. Back-to-back threes for the Giants. Imagine if that had been happening all night. Timeout for the Airs. We are back to 12 with 2 to play.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a ball game.
Hello.
You love it when a team doesn't quit. You know, Dan Greta, probably their best player, fouls out of the game, all looks lost. And all of a sudden, they find a little rhythm from deep. A couple of shots drop, and Taranaki's not exactly panicking, but they can feel the pressure. 12 points, that is not insurmountable in a couple of minutes by any means.
Well, a minute and a half ago, it looked like the Airs were putting the cue in the rack and planning for the Rams, but look at this. Davison's now about to step back out. So his night is not done. The Airs to strengthen right up here. In fact, it looks like they've got their starting unit on the floor. So that is a sign right now that they know that the next 60-odd seconds of this game is going to be all important.
Well, what's interesting also, this starting lineup is a lineup that struggled to start the game. They've been much better offensively with Elijah Mini and Daron Arokawa on the court. So possibly an opportunity for the Giants to make a few more inroads.
Let's see what the Airs do here. McNaught all over Flynn Cameron. McCarron sends Davison away. Now hands it off to his star young forward. The 20-year-old for three. That won't drop. 4-2. Big rebound. They've got to move, and they've got to move quickly, the Giants. Langley knows it. Left it well short.
Needed that one to drop to give themselves a realistic chance. That could have cut it back to 10. Instead, shot clock is Ayers' friend, but they go quick.
Davison is fouled down the arm. I think that's going to be against Sammy Dempster. Clear contact. In fact, it's not. Yes, it is. I'll take that back. It is.
Davison gets fouled on that one. But I don't love the decision. You know, with just a minute 20 left, you want to just really stretch out that shot clock, stretch out these possessions. A great look probably doesn't matter quite as much as just getting to the end of this ball game.
17 tonight for Davison. He's 3 of 3 from the Chemist Warehouse.
10 rebounds, 9 of those on the defensive end, 3 assists, a steal, a block. Now up to 18.
Saw he was in the final nominees for Most Improved Player this season. The awards all to be announced next week. He'll be right in the mix for that.
Has made a huge jump in every aspect as Dan Fotu hits the runner.
And he moves up to 16 in the game. Margin of 12. Foul against Tom Ingham.
Well, that's going to put Tobias Cameron to the line. He's a very solid free throw shooter.
Got the start tonight, Tobias Cameron, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a game-high 5 steals, equal with Kobe Langley. So nice work from Tobias Cameron tonight.
Well, he's a tremendous defender. He really does get his nose right in there and puts his body on the line at times. He's extremely a strong player as well. Can play above his size-wise, positionally. And that's such a valuable thing to have, especially for an Ayers team that struggling in the size department without Sam Froling.
Cameron converts. Rodakawa heading back onto the floor.
If you are able, please stand up.
1:01 to play. Another court announcer's just said final home game of the season for the Airs, but it may not be. There is a way that they could host the grand final. 4-2 from the corner. That's come off Ingham.
And what is that way, Justin?
Well, if they beat the Rams on Sunday, and either the Saints or the Bulls beat the Tuatara next Wednesday, the Airs will host the grand final.
There you go.
There is a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
First thing the Airs have got to do is beat the Rams.
And that is not an impossible task, but it is a tough one.
Well, the Airs lost their last home game.
The Airs or the Rams?
Sorry, the Rams, I should say, lost their last home game.
They did win their last home game. That is correct.
They won the 9 before that, or thereabouts.
And Sam,
maybe 8.
And Sam McKinnon now has decided to clear the bench.
Fans are on their feet here. It's been a big season for the Taranaki Airs, and they are one step closer to glory. Chasing their first championship in the Sal's NBL. Adam. Nico Hill over McNaught. Leaves that short. Elijah Mini, the star tonight. What a game from the Airs, number 5. 30 points on 80% shooting, 4 triples, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. And really, when this game was there to be taken, it was Elijah Mini.
Well, it wasn't even there to be taken. It was there to be get back into. They were down 9 points early, remember. Taranaki couldn't get start off the blocks. Things weren't going their way. Mini, Rokawa come into the game, and the pace completely changes. The attitude of the Airs completely changes, and they're off to the semifinals.
Langley with the miss, Hill with the rebound. We're down to 17 on a whistle. I don't think we'll see either team use their player timeout here. Nico Hill will head to the Chemist Warehouse. Great to see the crowd on their feet.
And that's going to be it. The Giants aren't going to take a shot. They're going to dribble this one out. And that is going to be a season for a Giant squad that fought gamely all season long. Just did not have the luck of the draw really with them. Theo Okuba came so late to the squad, didn't even enable him to have a full lineup, and then unfortunately for him had to leave early.
And just uncharacteristically couldn't get the wins at home either. 4-2 looking for the late points. He does get them with 9.4 to play. It wasn't a happy hunting ground, the Trafalgar Centre, for the Giants this season, was it?
Well, it was tough for them. I think part of that was they had a lot of games where they didn't have full-strength lineups. Part of that is the strength of the schedule that came at them in the second and latter half of the season. But they were still able to find a way to make it to the finals as Dan Fotu gets himself up to 19 points.
So I think the Airs will just dribble this one out, but they're in game mode. We've seen this all season, where every point counts, but that'll do us tonight. So an 87-74 win for the Airs, and their quest for the 2024 championship continues. They now prepare for the Canterbury Rams on a Sunday afternoon at Cowles Stadium. The Giants, their season is done, finished 6th, and they have been eliminated here in New Plymouth tonight. Star of the show was Elijah Mini with 30 points. Carlin Davison ended up on 18 points and 11 rebounds. Big second half for him. Flynn Cameron with 11 points and 6 rebounds. Daron Urakawa, very, very good tonight off the bench. For the Giants, Dan Fotu, 19 points. Dan Greeter fouled out with 17 points. Alex McNaught, Kobe Langley with 13 points apiece. Casey Frank just preparing to have a chat down on the court now. He's got, I think he's going to have a chat with Carlin Davison in just a moment. So no doubt the Rams will have been watching on this evening. Judd Flavel and his coaching team taking notes as they now prepare for this Taranaki Airs team. And our eyes all shift to Friday night for the second play-in final. The Wellington Saints to go up against the Franklin Bulls. The winner of that moves on to next Wednesday. In semi-final number 2, the Tuatara waiting for the winner, Carlin Davison, star of the competition. He was an absolute beauty tonight. He's just explaining his eye injury there at the moment with Casey Frank. Let's go down now and speak with the 20-year-old, the star, Carlin Davison.
Well, Carlin Davison, what a huge win for you guys. You were down 9 in the first quarter. Things turned around. How did you guys get it done tonight?
I mean, Elijah Mini just stepped up, you know what I mean? Like, he's there. turns up in big games. So thanks, Eliza.
It looks like a team that's still having a pretty good time. You guys, what do you feel like going into the semifinal now? You're going to go up against the Canterbury Rams. Nothing to lose or a point to prove?
Nothing to lose and a point to prove. Like, this league don't like us, bro, and look at us. Like, we're going to win, bro. We want to win, you know?
You know, you're a player who grew up here. This is the first home final for the Taranaki Airs. It never hosted one. You brought this big crowd tonight. What does it mean to the local area and yourself as a local player to bring final success to the region?
It means a lot, and, like, just look at them. They're happy, you know, they're having a good time, and we love them.
For the Airs moving forward, what's the key? How can you guys find your highest level of success and bring home a big upset this Sunday?
We just need everyone to step up and keep going how we're going and, like, you know, play with pace, and that's what we do at best, so, yeah.
Well, enjoy it with the clowns behind you, bro.
Enjoy it with the clowns behind you. Very well said. Airs get the win tonight, 87-74. This is what's coming up. Saints and the Bulls, Friday night, another play-in final. Loser goes home. Rams now take on the Airs on Sunday afternoon at Cal Stadium. Semi-final number 1. Tuatara will take on the Saints or the Bulls, whoever wins on Friday night. Congratulations, though, to the Taranaki Airs. They have won tonight's opening final for season 2024's final 6. Quickly, Casey, how about that?
Well, fantastic job by them. I think they came out, they implemented the game plan they wanted to. They forced the Giants from the shots they didn't want to take. And they controlled the glass. They got out and ran the basketball. And most importantly, shared it around. And this was the result. One step closer for the Airs. For the Giants, we'll see you in season 2025. To all of our fans, we'll see you Friday night in the capital, the Saints and the Bulls.